rams home the first 180 of the match. Can Jenkins respond? Well, he may well do.
140.
Not quite back-to-back 180s. Chizzy, 4 perfect darts. Make that 5. Make that 6. Well, we said at the outset, if day 3 could be anything like day 2, then we could be in for something special, and maybe, just maybe, Dave Chisnall could well provide the first ingredient here.
And what a first leg to this match this would be. Wow, that's a long way off, Chiz. He isn't going to worry about that. All he's going to do now is set the shot up, which he does. 36 for a 10-dart leg. We see Raymond van Barneveld finish his game off against Stephen Bunting last night with a 10-dart, and it was nice to see Raymond perform. It's nice to see John play well as, Stephen to play well as well.
36.
But Raymond was just a little bit too good. So Dave Chisnall, 10-dart first leg.
Against the throw as well.
Second leg, Dave to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, game on indeed. Chizzy throwing down the gauntlet straight away, but do not write off Terry Jenkins. We know all about his fighting qualities, but he'll need plenty of them today.
140.
As Chizzy once again gets out of the blocks in good fashion.
Yeah, the one thing Jenkins would have been looking at is that Chizzy's not renowned for getting out of the blocks very quickly, so he's thinking, right, what I've got to do, I've got to put some legs on the board early. So when Chizzy does get into his run, it's not going to hurt me so much, but when Chizzy's firing like this, then Jenkins has got to step up his scoring power, but also wait until Chizzy, if he comes off the board a little bit, make sure he wins those legs to get himself back in the game. I've got to say about Terry Jenkins last night, they'd been across the road against St. and he was absolutely drenched. And I said, you dodged so many bullets against Kevin Payton, I can't believe you're wet. You should have dodged his rain as well. he was absolutely soaking wet.
Well, he's straight into the 7s there, so 46. He heads north instead, but to no avail. He's on 260, and Chizzy should get down to a finish first here, and he will do. That's excellent darts from Chisnall.
Well, it's exactly what you're going to do when your opponent's a bad one. Punish him with a big one, and you know, you keep the pressure on. And Jenks is having a few stray darts, which is unlike him.
125. Dave requires 64.
Stays relatively straight.
That's a brilliant first half for Chisnall, and he takes out the double 8s. And it's a 14-dart leg on his own throw. And he leads 2-0.
Well, I know we're only just starting the third leg, but Chisnall at the moment is on 100 and just under 128 average, which is pretty reasonable, to be quite honest. 100% of the doubles. So it's not a bad performance from Chizzy. We know he's capable of all this.
100.
He's been in for so many years. If he keeps this up, then that elusive 120 average that we've all been waiting for may be on the cards. And there we have it, the front
60.
9. He's up there as well. But Jenks at 83 and 84, that's not like Terry Jenkins. It's very unusual to see him down there.
Yeah, Van Gerwen was averaging 120 over the first 3 legs of his match last night against Ronnie Huybrechts. Tailed off to some extent, though, Van Gerwen, before he rounded off a 6-3 win. Talking of Van Gerwen, by the way, Chizzy's running Mulheim last weekend ended with a 6-0 defeat by the world #1. Good news for Chizzy this time around is that Van Gerwen's in the opposite half of the draw, so can't meet him until the 60. Final. But one step at a time here for Chizzy. He won't be thinking too far ahead. Needs to get the job done here first of all.
100.
Yeah, Chen should have found a 140 from there, because he opens the door up for Chisnall to come in with a big score. Another one of those really does put the pressure on. That's exactly what he's done. Jenks needed another treble 20 to give himself a realistic shot at the checkout. Well, he took out the 36 for 10. He took the 64 out for a 14-darter. Can he take the 67? He'll look at the treble 17. Now he wants that double 8 again.
Likes the double 8, doesn't he? And that's an illustration why. It's a 14-dart break of throw.
Black Dave to throw first. Game on.
This is serious stuff from Chisnall. He's in there again.
Certainly is. Well, he's unplayable at the moment. There's not a great deal that Terry Jenkins can do anyway, even if he steps his own game up. This is a good response, though, from Jenks. Brilliant. That's got the crowd going. Confident we'll see 150 180s at least this weekend. The clock is ticking over nicely.
90.
The previous leg that Dave went out in 14 meant that Terry had thrown 15 darts, and realistically, when you're playing someone of the calibre of Dave Chisnall on form, you ain't gonna, you're just not gonna get more than 15 darts a leg anyway. There's that snatch of Dave Chisnall's.
81.
He seemed to smarten it up.
Well, he took a 3-0 lead against O'Connor yesterday, only for the Irishman to stop the rot by winning 3 of the next 4. So
140.
Chizzy won't be taking anything for granted just yet.
Well, let's look at the 2 treble 19s, which would have left him double 18. 76 scored, 74 left, treble 14.
90. Do you require 81?
Needs this, and it's a break of throw as well, potentially, for Jenkins here. Oh, he's hit the treble 9.
Yeah, that's a long way off because he was going for 12. That's closer to the 14.
So that's left an odd number, I believe.
46 scored.
49.
35 left. That leaves
Do you require 60?
So for another 14 dart leg from Chizzy.
2 darts at tops. Needs only 1.
Well, this is as clinical a game of darts as you're going to see from Dave Chisnall. And Terry Jenkins is getting beaten up here.
140.
It's not very often that Jenks gets beat up, but Jenkins will be saying he still needs 2 legs. I only need 6. That's the mindset of Terry Jenkins.
137.
3 successive 14 dart legs and a 10 dart leg to open things up. It's been effective so far from Chisnall.
100.
He's got plenty of room to work with here as well, just underneath the wire with the second darts.
100.
Looks quite pretty, that does, doesn't it? 10 and 3 14 dart legs.
121.
So Jenkins down to a finish first of all on his throw at long last. Good pressure though.
Got a little tap on the shoulder from Dave Chisnall just to say I'm still around. Needs the ton. Needs to find the treble.
100.
And does.
124.
Well, you wouldn't back against Chisnall doing this, would you?
No, he's found the first dart absolutely exquisitely. Unlucky with the treble 14, but he finds the ball. My word, he can't do anything wrong here.
I'm going to lend Terry Jenkins a white towel because that just about finished it for Terry Jenkins. He's standing there and his shoulders a little bit slumped over, thinking, oh, thanks very much, Chiz. I mean, he'd left double top after 12 darts. And, you know, Jenkins' average is just under the 100 now, and he hasn't had a dart and a double, but this is an incredible display.
135
from Dave Chisnall.
Haven't seen a whitewash yet this weekend. This would be a very unlikely first.
40.
Really would be something special if Jenkins clawed his way out of this, but it looks like a done deal here.
100.
I think Dave Chisnall's only had one visit where he hasn't hit a treble 20 or a major treble. One visit in all in 6 legs. But Jenks, he's not going to give up. He's still around.
61.
Surely Chizzy can't take this out. No, he won't.
97. So you require 86.
So to get on the scoreboard for Terry Jenkins. Oh dear, oh dear. He can't believe it. That's left 67, and Chisnall's waiting to pounce as well. Just look at the Terry Jenkins' face. He's absolutely disgusted with that second dart. Okay,
70.
he's tidied it up well enough, but
64.
you fear the damage could well have been done here.
That's the second time he's done that in 3 legs as well. Missed the big number to have a dart at a double or a bullseye. Oh, 8 now for Chisnall.
Well, he's missed it. Can you believe it? And he's edged the wire of the double 4 as well. So
He requires 60.
Chizzy doesn't take his chance, and Jenkins can break here with double 8, and it's good to see him get off the mark. I think he deserved that.